Good morning, this is Rob Paine with RSVP-Northern Virginia, and welcome to our newest podcast. RSVP is the largest senior volunteer group in Northern Virginia, serving Arlington, Fairfax County, and the city of Alexandria, and we are a program of Volunteer Fairfax, Volunteer Arlington, and Volunteer Alexandria. And this morning, we have the great pleasure of speaking with one of our outstanding volunteers, Beverly Ritz of Arlington. Beverly, thanks so much for being here.
Good morning.
As always, joining us this morning is the volunteer specialist with RSVP, Carly Hubicki. Carly, thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks for having me. Good morning.
Well, Beverly, first off, we want to thank you for all the great work you do month in, month out. And you're from Arlington. And let's start with, how did you get involved with volunteering? I was recently at a talk where people talked about retirement, and they said it shouldn't be called retirement, it should be called graduation, because you're graduating from one phase of your life into the other. And in your case, you graduated from work to volunteerism. Could you talk a little bit about how you made that transition?
Well, I worked all of my life, a long time, and didn't volunteer when I was working. There just didn't seem to be time raising children and all. And then when I did retire, I found that I needed something. I needed to do something. And I know I'm good with seniors because of my previous job. I dealt with a lot of seniors. So I enjoy being around seniors. And I saw this one day at the community center in Arlington. And I made a phone call and went to an orientation and have been here ever since. I just love it. Just love it.
What did you do before you retired? What type of work?
Airline.
Oh, airline. Oh, really?
At the airport.
Oh, cool. Which one?
Delta.
Delta. Oh,
Delta.
Neat. So you have a lot of experience dealing with different people and different walks of life. I'm imagining. That's great. So you decided that you wanted to get into volunteerism, and you started. You've been with RSVP. Is it July 2017? Does that sound right?
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right. So you were probably recruited by our former associate Nadia, and you started out. What type of things drew you into RSVP in particular? What did you hear at the orientation session and said that's going to work for me?
Well, when you retire, you don't want to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Mm-hmm. So you're able to choose different projects whenever you want for 2 to 4 hours, sometimes 8 hours. And it's just the involvement, being with people, younger people. I enjoy being with younger people and elderly. So, and the freedom of coming and going and doing the projects that you want. There's no pressure to show up every day or every few days or every Thursday. It's just when as you want.
And you do, Carly and I, the three of us were discussing before we started taping here, you are a pretty regular participant at the monthly group service projects.
Well, I try to do it, but I try to live my life too because I'm doing things at home, and I volunteer at 2 other places. So I volunteer at Medicare. I was so interested in Medicare because there's much more to Medicare than just Medicare. And so I've been there about 6 months, training to be a counselor. I also volunteer for the Shepherd Center of McLean, Arlington, and Falls Church. Drive seniors, and we take them to the grocery store. We might take them to the food bank. We go to their doctor appointments with them. Sometimes we wait. Sometimes we can leave and come back a couple hours later. A lot of the people don't have family close by, or they might have them close by, but their kids don't come and see them as often as they'd like, to get them a haircut or groceries, and that's where we come in to help. In fact, I was on a project with RSVP at the building at Shepherd Center, and a lady came around and said passing out a pamphlet and said, "We need more drivers, please consider." So I did, and so I've been there quite a while now.
That's great. Yeah. So you drive for them?
I drive seniors to grocery store, doctors, hospitals, pick them up from hospitals and things like that.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because a lot of the discussion that Carly and Janet, the program manager here, we have is tackling that whole issue of aging in place. And a lot of the organizations that we partner with, that's their number one priority. We work with some other Shepherd Centers, in addition to Volunteer Solutions does drivers. And Carly, are there some other the organizations that you would consider that help with aging in place?
Yeah, so in addition to the Shepherd Centers and through the county, Fairfax County Volunteer Solutions, also on the Alexandria side is Senior Services of Alexandria. They provide all those services as well.
So there's a little bit of everything, and I think and of course Meals on Wheels. Some of our volunteers involved with Arlington Meals on Wheels.
Yep.
So it's a big problem. It's a big challenge. Walk people through how you help seniors by driving them to doctor's appointments and grocery stores and things like that.
Well, we kind of do it. We do it through the computer, and we do it as we want. Normally it's a round trip, and we have to wait. It could be an hour, it could be an hour and a half. So I try and do my errands around waiting for them. So I give them a call. Once I sign up for their pickup, I give them a call. Signing up for a pickup of a senior. Sometimes they're not seniors. Sometimes they're just people that have disabilities. And I register for it, and they send me the address, and thank you for doing it. It gives me all the information I need, what they might need. And then I always show up on time, and I give them a call. I'm there. I say, I'm downstairs whenever you're ready. If they need assistance coming out of the house, I will help them put their walker into the car and things like that. And then we just chat. And you know, there's a lot of lonely seniors out there, and they want to talk. And I ask them what was their job before and how long have they been dealing with Shepherd Center. And then I take them and I say, do you need me in the grocery store? Most of the time they don't, trying to do it on their own. And then I just help them with their groceries. And sometimes I take it into their home. Sometimes I just might take it to the door. Or a lot of the people now are colonoscopies, so you just pick them up from they get a ride there, and then coming home, I might pick them up to come home. And it's also nice to find your way around Arlington, shortcuts and all, because a lot of the seniors have other ideas how to get from point A to point B, and I enjoy that. Just talking to them.
That's really great. What personal satisfaction do you get out of helping folks one-on-one like that?
Well, you get to know, not only do you pick them up once, but you might pick them up monthly. And you get to know them. You get to know their family. And I just enjoy being with them and maybe making them smile when I pick them up, or say something that makes them happy, or giving them an idea, or tell them about other opportunities out there for seniors.
That's great.
That they don't know. They don't know.
Now, let's go back to the monthly group service projects. And one of the things that Carly and I and we were talking with you about, again, before the tape started running, was that it's when you volunteer with an organization like RSVP or the Shepherd Center, it's not a lifetime commitment. You're not signing up and saying, I've got to do 30 hours a week or 10 hours. Could you talk a little bit about some of the reasons that you like the group service projects in particular as it relates to time management, which, believe it or not, can be an issue even when you're retired?
Well, you can, once again, you only sign up for what you're able to do, so you put that into your schedule. And I work around that, and I enjoy doing it. You show up, and people show up on time, and we do our project. They have snacks, drinks, and you just sit there and chat and do what they have wanted you to do. And you learn from other people so much. And I just enjoy it. And seeing the same people over and over again, not all the time, but different people. Do
you think you make new friends out of being involved?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
And you travel across the area. Sometimes folks will do the projects near their home, which is fine, and others, but you go everywhere. I mean, considering especially the fact that you're in Arlington.
I do. It's so easy to get around anywhere here. I know there's a lot of traffic, but you go by the time.
Right.
You schedule
definitely
what you want to do according to the time.
Yep. And we have another group service project coming up in the next couple of weeks. Right when we're taping this, it's March 4th. When's the next one coming up?
Our next one will be on March 27th, and it'll be at Food for Others again. So we were actually there last year, and everyone loved it. So I scheduled another one, and we'll be in their food warehouse helping with whatever tasks they need done that day.
Are there any other monthly group service work projects that you've worked on, Beverly, that you can just remember as far as things that were fun?
I think one of the first ones was cutting fleece at your other office, which was very nice. We're close quarters, and there's a lot of laughter.
Right.
It was a good group.
I remember that was in the old conference room.
Yes.
I remember I was not there that day, but Carly used to take some photos, and it was a very small room.
We were down in the basement.
There were a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
I remember that's really cool.
And then I did was it Halloween or was it last winter, a project out in Fairfax at a park?
Oh, the Winter Wonderland?
Yes, that was interesting. Mm-hmm. Yes, it was very pretty. They had tractor carrying children.
Yeah.
And all the figures that they lit up and stuff were done by the people that work in the park.
Oh, okay.
They made them. They were beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Sounds
that
like
was
Bull
fun.
Run or something. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yes, like
cool.
Bull Run,
Like
but
Bull
not
Run,
as.
but not as fancy. Yeah.
Yes.
Beverly, I understand you had a great time at our recognition event last year. We're working on this year's. It's nothing hasn't been finalized yet. But could you tell us a little about? I think it was at Wolf Trap.
Yes, we were invited to Wolf Trap. There was a large group, and we had a nice luncheon. It was catered by some barbecue place, and then they gave us a tour of Wolf Trap behind the scenes, and it was wonderful, and we all enjoyed it very much. But they recognize people who maybe volunteer 5 days a week if they want to, and that was nice. It was nice.
We always like to remind our new volunteers and some of our current ones that there are a lot of benefits outside the intrinsic benefits of just volunteerism in general, of being an RSVPer. And you've taken advantage of some of those, the mileage and...
Yes, one of the nice rewards of working for RSVP, or not working, but volunteering, is they do reimburse you for the mileage. And it helps, a little bit helps. Now, if it's a short trip, a lot of us don't put it in, but on the longer trips, it's nice.
Why is it important for folks over the age of 55, retirees, seniors, to volunteer?
It's something to look forward to, because you can get up in the morning and what are you going to do a lot of the time. But just having something to do, the new projects, and their variety, a lot of variety. You've got the Arlington Senior Olympics. That was fun. Just having something different. It's different all the time. It's not the same thing. It's not the same day. It's just different.
If there was someone out there listening to this podcast and they're like, this volunteering thing sounds pretty good, but I'm busy and I got grandkids or whatever might be the situation, I'm really not sure this is the right thing for me. What would you tell that person to urge them to go to one of Carly's info sessions?
Well, we are busy as seniors. Hard to believe. You wonder how you found time to go to work, which is true. But it's just the relaxation of signing up and doing it and get out there and help people, and it's rewarding. It just, people appreciate it, all the time. I appreciate your time, and just that's important. That's important. And we don't expect anything from it. We just love doing it.
Beverly, thank you again for being here today. Thank you for doing all that you do for all the great organizations we work with and partner with. We really appreciate it, and thanks for sharing your experience. Just as we close here, just again, volunteering to you means
helping other people, helping people that need help.
Carly, thank you again for being here today also on the podcast.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me.
And until next time, thanks to everyone for everything you guys do for RSVP. And if you haven't joined RSVP yet and you're interested in doing something that's social and fun and helping other people and really making a difference, please visit rsvpnova.org or call Carly at
703-403-5360.
So thank you again. This is Rob Paine for Carly and Janet. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, have a great day.